So we then come to heart के बाद में we are coming to the sacral center.
Right.
Okay.
अच्छा,
मतलब
what about the other session, Akashic recorder वाला? Did you got the recordings or not yet?
नहीं, वो उनका कुछ वो सर्वर में प्रॉब्लम है. They
Okay.
said they will send it. But what they have given us in the meanwhile is they have sent us a message saying that we have to meditate on Archangel Metatron with a particular affirmation for 11 days.
Okay.
वो आज सुबह ही आया, मैं बाद में भेजता हूँ.
Okay, okay, fine.
It is basically requesting Archangel Metatron, saying, please help me be at the right time, at the right place, for the right duration, in connection with the reading of the Akashic.
Okay.
मतलब prepare me for that.
Prepare me for that, correct. Right. So the first session that you had, that was just the introduction, or was it like...
more like a introduction and meditation.
Okay.
Attunement towards Archangel Metatron.
Okay.
वो थोड़ा ज्यादा बोलती है लेकिन मटेरियल है उसका.
Okay.
वो थोड़ा क्या है, प्रॉब्लम क्या है उसका. इट लुक्स लाइक शी इज मोर इंटरेस्टेड इन मार्केटिंग.
या वो मुझे वही लगा था. that's the reason.
But her content and her results are fantastic.
Okay, good.
वो a lot of people have commented on that, those who have experienced.
Right.
ठीक है. तो now we go back to our ये book of destinations को आगे भेज सकते हैं. Chart है. And this is something that came up by accident.
Okay.
ये quantum wellness का जो मैं बताया ना.
Right.
This is something which is out of the world. क्योंकि ये my basic interest in this was, ये कहाँ गया वो डायग्राम्स वाला है इसमें जो मैंने ऐड किया है.
This is the same book that I shared ना अभी.
नहीं, ये
Quantum
actually
Wellness.
I had done the audio to PDF.
Okay.
And there are some very interesting things for us. These are all the exercises associated जो इसमें आता है.
Okay.
So how to analyze and all that बड़ा अच्छा दिया है. हर एक क्या बोलते हैं अपना. This starts here actually. 9 resilience keys. Reflect on your life as it is today. Rate each category honestly on a scale of 1 to 10. Okay. Color the section of the diagram below that matches how you rated your category. मतलब ये क्या है, 9 पैरामीटर्स पे किया है.
Right.
Self trust, emotional wisdom, empowerment, decisiveness, courage, vitality, lovability, self-love, authenticity, and self-trust. This then helps us define ये लेके how our behavior is. Then you are applying it to each of the channels and this one. Generator है तो क्या है उसका.
Okay.
Frustration, quitting, unfulfillment, burnout. These are the expressions.
Okay.
Now, baseline क्या है? Respond, trusting the sacral, learning how to stay the course, satisfaction, vital.
Okay.
ठीक है. Quantum expression क्या है? The ability to self-actualize, building the. That means quantum matlab that becomes our potential that is there within us.
But
अब
the
मैनिफेस्टर
weights,
का देखो।
the way it starts with this, with a conditioned expression, right?
हाँ,
तो
नो नो,
पहले condition.
कंडीशनड एक्सप्रेशन यहाँ पे निकल रहा है, एज यू आर टुडे।
हम्म
योर्स इज नॉट ए फ्री फ्लोइंग एक्सप्रेशन,
हम्म
दिस इज द पर्सनैलिटी ना यहाँ पे जो निकल रहा है।
राइट.
तो ये बिकम्स कंडीशन, देन राइट we need to see what are the circumstances so
हाँ
that
नहीं तो
we are
बिकॉज इट से समवेयर ओवर हियर इट हैज वो एक जर्नी दिखा रखा है. देयर इज अ कंडीशन एक्सप्रेशन, then there is a baseline expression, and then there is a quantum expression, right?
correct.
So
So your authentic self is the quantum expression.
okay.
That is the full potential.
हम्म
ये आपको जिंदगी ने बनाया है।
जो कंडीशन एक्सप्रेशन है, राइट?
हाँ,
हम्म
ठीक है। ये है आपका रियलाइज्ड, मतलब हिडन टैलेंट होगा मेरे को लगता है बेसलाइन।
हाँ, you can ascend to basically this, you can basically transition from this stage to this stage.
दिस
So
स्टेज टू दिस स्टेज
if you
अल्टीमेटली।
can go on to your chart, there is one
हाँ,
specific thing over there. नहीं, just go on to your chart.
मेरा ना, मेरा जा रहा
हाँ
हूँ,
हाँ.
मेरा चार्ट। हाँ,
इसमें I see that emotional theme is frustration. What does this, तो is it your conditioned expression in this case?
यस।
कि by
See, I
default.
am prone to, no, see, if
हाँ
things don't happen my way, I am prone to
हाँ,
frustration.
frustration, right.
Okay.
हम्म
So, what I need to be careful of is being a general, my emotional theme is frustration.
हम्म
Okay. So, I have to see how I address that emotional theme with my strategy,
right.
which is respond.
हम्म
See, I won't feel offended if you have called me and I come and talk
हम्म
and you reject, right? But if I come and interfere and you say, "Yeah, tu chup rahe yaar," right? That is when I get frustrated.
हम्म
So you take the approach, the strategy you need to apply in life is to respond कर.
okay.
Okay? ठीक, चल, ये कहाँ चला गया? हाँ. So now we are going into the sacral chakra or the
हम्म
sacral center here.
yeah,
Life force and staying power. मतलब your sustainability, it has got everything to do with your
right.
energy profile.
Yes.
Okay. So ये देखते हैं क्या कहता है. The middle square center, second one from the bottom of the life chart, is the sacral, also called the generator center.
हम्म
Okay. This is the engine room of the human design system powered by life force energy. मतलब प्राणा इधर पहुंचता है.
right.
Okay. As such, it generates the juice that aims trees towards the sky, empowers baby birds to crack out of their shells, and enables us to endure amazing hardships in life. It is the powerhouse center that fuels growth, expansion, and life. It harnesses, right? It it harnesses an energy that has no awareness. मतलब directionless है.
हम्म
Hmm? It is just raw power like a mechanical generator humming away, ready to unleash its stored energy. ठीक है? So sometimes this center is referred to as the sex center because the majority of its gates have a sexual undertone. Physically, it also relates to the TTs and ovaries. ठीक है? Testes and ovaries. The vast majority of the world's population, about 70%, has a defined sacral with the potential to run with its unstoppable energy. Yet, paradoxically, those people rarely know how to utilize it in a way that brings about personal fulfillment. Having something powerful in your hands doesn't necessarily mean you know how to use it. But knowing this energy resides within can be a wake up call. मतलब कोई भी सिचुएशन से हम बाहर भी इसे
निकाल सकते,
इस्तेमाल करके निकल सकते.
right?
We have the potential within us. Okay. Our sexual drive and urges also stem from this center, opening up all manner of human interaction and co-creation. It's important to appreciate that sacred and sex are closely interlinked. This center offers a commentary on the barriers you may or may not establish in your sex life and approach to intimacy. Okay. If your sacral is defined, क्या होगा अगर defined है तो you are here in this world with the natural ability to respond to whatever life offers you. Whether you realize it or not, you have a continuous stream of life force energy to draw in order to sustain any endeavor that earns your commitment. But because this is a motor with no off switch, once your sacral energy is unleashed, there is no turning back. Its momentum means it has to be engaged until the experience is complete. Therefore, you must be sure about deciding what and who warrants your time and energy. कुछ सोच में पड़ गया?
I'm just thinking that, most of the people probably they do not know where to spend this time and energy, right? Because I think they
Correct.
are probably running, because it says that almost 70% of these people
हाँ
on
ऑलमोस्ट
which, yeah.
तो बीच में अटक गया.
Now, what I'm saying is that people do not know where to focus this energy on, what are the rightful
Correct.
things
Correct. Correct.
for, yeah, depending upon their needs.
Correct. So I am more interested in the healing side of this, right? That is where this book that I asked you to find makes a lot of sense. That is application to healing books. Right? The sacral is where the gut response resides. I am following my gut, you might say, and this is a natural reaction within you. And a reliable guide. You will recognize this response emanating from within, either an upbeat or something that feels right for a, or something that feels
Brown.
right, or a frown inducing for something that feels wrong. This is your gut, which is not to be confused with your emotions. A gut response might also be experienced as a rising, contracting of energy. Rising or contracting of energy
Yes.
without sound, pulling you to or from someone or something. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है यार, लोगों को
Yes,
पता रखना.
right. Usually we experience this, even when you're or this, maybe we do
हाँ,
not make the sound, but even
but
sometimes
we still experience it.
we
Yes.
clench our muscles,
Actually,
unknowingly.
you don't
वो पता लगता
even,
है. Hmm.
you don't even do it consciously. वो
Yeah,
अपने
that
आप
happens
body
unconsciously होता
response
है.
आ जाता
Right.
है.
If you are in some uncomfortable situation ना, then वो आपके muscles जो खिंच जाते हैं, अंदर की तरफ
हाँ, खिंच
खींचते हैं.
जाते. Yes,
Right.
yes.
Yes.
It is an ongoing tragedy that people with this defined center often find themselves going through life unappreciated, slogging away as the workhorse, slave or golfer, fulfilling others' projects. इसका एनर्जी दूसरे लोग इस्तेमाल कर लेते हैं. There can be a self perception. There can be a self perception that's that that's all they are doing for, they are good for, sorry, that's all they are good for, मतलब दूसरों का काम आने के लिए
Yeah.
ये अच्छा है. There are scores of employees out there feeling unappreciated and countless assistants and secretaries whose powerhouse, energy, and unstinting effort go relatively unrewarded and unrecognized, but who make uh, but who make their bosses shine. ये तो सही है,
Yeah.
बिल्कुल सही.
Yes. Yes.
There is a saying that behind every successful man lies a brilliant woman. I would make it less gender specific and say instead, behind every success, behind success people, look to the persons or person supporting them and see if their sacral is defined. More often than not, it will be what would they do and where would they be without you, right?
Yeah.
ये एक feeling रह जाए. Know that you are destined to be they're designed to be a powerhouse. Some of you might say that you don't feel that way, and can be true if your energy has not been harnessed properly. अगर वो direction नहीं है तो frustration आता है, वो जो
Hmm.
आधा energy वो frustration खा जाएगा.
Yeah.
Right? What I'm pointing out is that the potential reserve within waiting to be harnessed. Okay? When you go, when you do get motoring, you will find other people have trouble keeping up, and this can make you feel obliged to take on their tasks as well as your own. But what you will notice is that throwing your weight behind an endeavor that pleases you will give you a buzz. So it therefore must be right. Therefore, it must be right. Intolerance, boredom, frustration, or impatience with an activity suggesting you have committed to the wrong thing, right?
Yes.
Learn to heed your gut response. मतलब ये आ सकते हैं potentially
Hmm.
if you don't realize कि ये आपको किस तरह ruin कर सकता है.
I think what it is trying to say is that even if you don't realize that in an endeavor, whether it is fruitful for you or not, if you are getting intolerant, you are feeling boredom or frustration or impatient. For example, if I'm reading this book and uh, I'm feeling bored, it means that this is something not which is clicking me,
Not
clicking
your
with
cup
me,
of tea.
not my cup of tea. Then ideally you should,
Perfect.
and ideally then I should not be doing it. But sometimes I might oblige that, oh, it's office work that I might have to do it.
Hmm.
Or you might get, oh,
No,
ho, and
but
hmm,
then, what it also means is do it with awareness that it is boring for you, but you are doing it as a responsibility.
right? Because yes, because there are certain things, because for earning your bread and butter, then you have to do it.
Correct.
Yes.
Right.
But
So
these
with
are
this
now,
said,
these are like, one is a unconscious response that your gut might be giving it to you, and then there is a conscious response like and right, something of that sort,
आई
which you
थिंक
can actually
मेरे को
get it. हाँ.
एक्चुअली ये जो किताब हम लोग पिक्चर्स देख रहे थे ना अभी,
हाँ, right.
ये एंड में,
Hmm. अच्छा, did you already went through this book?
नहीं नहीं नहीं, अब पिक्चर देखने से समझ में आता है ना
Okay,
यार.
okay, 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 okay.
आई एम ओनली कंक्लूडिंग फ्रॉम दैट,
Hmm.
नॉट दैट आई हैव गॉन थ्रू एनीथिंग.
Hmm.
ठीक है. तो when we are drawing, I think we should draw a picture for each zone that we are talking of. सेंटर क्या है,
Hmm.
अथॉरिटी क्या है, सेंटर के इसमें से आ जाएगा. राइट. उसके कनेक्टिंग नोड्स क्या हैं, मतलब
Hmm.
क्या क्या गेट्स हैं, उसके चैनल्स क्या हैं, हर एक का
Right.
अलग से एक डायग्राम बनाना पड़ेगा अपने को
Hmm.
सीखते वक्त.
Yes.
एंड देन इंटीग्रेटेड, कहीं पे भी देखो अपने को पता लग गया. अब मान ले मैं मेरा हेड सेंटर बना रहा हूं.
Hmm.
ठीक है. हेड सेंटर का तो बहुत आसान है, क्योंकि थ्रोट के साथ ही आएगा.
तीन ही
लेकिन
है बस, right. Hmm.
हाँ, थ्रोट तक ठीक है, लेकिन यहां से चालू होता है
हाँ,
अपना
हार्ट से.
मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट
Yes.
इंटरैक्शंस, जिसको इन डेप्थ में
हाँ.
समझना जरूरी पड़ेगा.
हाँ, throat onwards it will start. Yes.
करेक्ट. एंड वी हैव टू लुक एट इट फ्रॉम बोथ वेज.
Yes.
उधर से इधर, इधर से उधर.
Hmm.
उसके बाद में प्लेनेट का इन्फ्लुएंस पड़ना पड़ेगा.
Right.
चलो, ओके. विद दिस सेंटर डिफाइन, sex for you is a driving force. This means not that you are naturally a lady killer or a seductress, but that you have the potential for a sustained and satisfying sex life, provided you make the right connections. यहाँ पर है इसका
Hmm.
कहानी.
Yes. With the right
Right.
connections only. Yes.
Correct. Right. This means exercising discipline and
Discipline.
discernment
Hmm.
rather than just unleashing the energy at every given
Correct.
opportunity.
Yes. Yes.
If you are in tune with your gut over sexual partners, you will find harmony. If you indulge in reckless abandon, then frustration and depression are likely to
Arise.
arise.
Yes.
Okay? You may sometimes find yourself overburdened and unsatisfied with partners and projects. And you may ask what you have done to deserve this. The answer is quite simple. You have committed to people and projects indiscriminately. You have taken too much. You have promised too much. Right? ये थोड़ा खतरनाक है, तो लाल कलर में लिख दे. You have taken too much. You have promised too much. It is therefore vital to take your needs into account first. No one is indispensable, and even someone, not even someone with a defined sacral. If you happen to have your sacral and heart defined, you are a positive whirlwind of energy and non-stop go-getter. Your level of achievement can defy comprehension, but you truly have to find the things you love to do and find time to rest up, because otherwise your huge effort and sustainability can leave you flat on your back. Okay?
I think this is important aspect,
Very important.
because
Very important.
what it says is that you
Hmm.
should know where do you want to focus your energies on.
Exactly.
right? And in most of the cases, people do not know it. Although
Exactly.
people are having those latent talents within them, maybe the energy also, but now they don't have the idea, or probably they are not able to choose wisely which projects or which opportunities they should, or get along with, right? Or
Correct.
maybe they are not able to, they are even, it might be a state of confusion. You're having 10 things at hand, you do not know which one to put
Which
efforts.
one to take and which one
Yeah,
not to.
and not to take. It becomes a very, sometimes you make a
Ah,
conscious decision, but that might not be going well along.
fantastically. That
Yeah.
is where
Yes.
application of this becomes very essential.
Right. To respond properly.
Ah,
How do, and I think gut decision, I think picking up those hidden signals from gut is most important in my
very,
opinion.
very, very, very very critical
Because
and very
वो हम लोग
rightly
नहीं
said.
पकड़ पाते हैं उसको. Even I'm not able to do it sometimes, but later on when that thing happens, आफ्टर
तब
पीरियड
पता
ऑफ फोर,
चलता है.
तब पता लगता है कि ये कुछ तो
हाँ,
आया था.
और अपने को रहीम का दोहा याद आ जाएगा.
अब चिड़िया
अब
चिड़िया
पछताए
चुग गई
होत क्या
खेत.
जब चिड़िया चुग गई खेत.
तो आफ्टर स्पेंडिंग लाइक 48 years, अब लग रहा है कि चिड़िया चुग गई खेत ऑलरेडी.
सही है नहीं. वेरी करेक्ट यार. अब देख, ये
या
डिफाइंड है
या
मेरे में. ये डिफाइंड है. हार्ट
कौन
का
सा?
ईगो पोर्शन डिफाइंड है.
राइट.
विल पावर पोर्शन ओपन है.
या ओके. सो माय केस इज रिवर्स आई थिंक. जस्ट अ सेकेंड. मेरा वाला किधर गया? हाँ, तो मेरे वाला जो हार्ट का ईगो पोर्शन है वो अनडिफाइंड है, लेकिन जो विल पावर है वो डिफाइंड है. एंड देन सेक्वेल इज आल्सो डिफाइंड फॉर मी.
So it becomes a
या
perfect combination as
या
far as
या
what we want to do.
यस. यस.
ठीक है.
या
Let's go back. बढ़िया है यार.
यस, दिस इज गुड.
If your sacral is undefined, you will eventually, if your sacral is undefined, you will eventually find out that you are not designated to maintain a life in the fast lane. You are not designed to maintain, मतलब आपका एनर्जी लिमिटेड है. ठीक है.
या
You are not driven by you are not by nature driven. तू चार्ज नहीं है, तेरे को कन्विंसिंग वगैरह करवाना पड़े. You were not born with staying power and don't have consistent access to life force energy.
या
Okay? So what does this mean or not mean? This does not mean you are work shy, but your best input tends to come in spurts or when you are part of a team. The
या
danger of falling into recognize this nature is that you will try to keep up with the powerhouses and burnout. अगर तू ये समझ लिया, the danger of failing to recognize, नहीं समझा कि तेरा एनर्जी लिमिटेड है, राइट? तब हम लोग क्या, हमारा हालत क्या होगा? हम लोग फंस जाए. ओके. एज एन एग्जाम्पल, एक मिनट, एक मिनट, एक मिनट. As an example, one woman I know worked in a high pressure field of sales. field of sales in an environment that was relentless in its pursuit of targets, goals, and profit margins. मतलब high pressure. She was not designed to be immersed in such a high-powered environment, yet her job demanded it. She is not made to do that, but right, she ended up collapsing at work, wiped out by the conditioning influence of the designs around her. Right? Basically, her human design couldn't cope. She would have been far better placed being given a team to manage and seeing how the collective energy was best utilized, a situation she now happily enjoys. Right? मतलब ये एचआर वालों के लिए ये कोर्स ऑफर करना अच्छा है यार, कंपनी में, कॉर्पोरेट्स में,
राइट,
एचआर मॉड्यूल के लिए, राइट, एंड मैनेजर्स.
Yes, but the challenge is that how they will be able to figure out for each and every employee, because now employee might also be, अगर आप, for example, I'm just giving
नहीं
you a
नहीं,
vague
अभी दे,
situation.
मान ले तू जब
Hmm.
मेरे को तेरा रेज्यूमे भेजता है,
Yeah.
मान ले कि तूने रेज्यूमे भेजा, रेज्यूमे डेट ऑफ बर्थ है,
राइट,
जो फॉर्मेट मैं करूंगा उसमें टाइम ऑफ बर्थ भी पूछ लूंगा, प्लेस ऑफ बर्थ
एग्जैक्ट,
भी पूछ
या,
लूंगा.
यस,
ठीक है, सो आई कैन ड्रॉ द ह्यूमन चार्ट राइट एट द बिगिनिंग बिफोर द एंट्री. Okay, and then ask relevant questions of what they have learned. What is their conditioned picture? Okay, then you need to position their profile into the job. Because these are the tough challenges you are going to face. Are you willing to take them up?
Right.
So that way it is helpful.
That way it is helpful. Yes. No, my basic point is that usually people are sometimes unaware what they really want in lives. For
तो ये
example.
काउंसलिंग में नहीं, ये काउंसलिंग में हम लोग बता सकते हैं, these are your strengths.
हाँ, that's fine. People when nowadays, जब interviews होते हैं, वो MBTI है ना, Myers-Briggs personality test. You might be aware, right? तो usually जितने भी HR organizations हैं, they run MBTI tests for the new employees, or also when existing employees they are seeking promotions, right? That whether can you what kind of psychological behavioral traits you might have.
नहीं,
उसके अंदर वो
I may impress you. मैंने एक
yes,
बार मैं निकल गया होगा, but is
आपने
that my build up?
no, that's what I'm trying to tell you. वो टेस्ट जो है, वैसे वो टेस्ट बहुत अच्छा है कि वो एक ही क्वेश्चन को 10 तरह से अलग अलग करके पूछता है, कि आप एक बार
पूछता
तो
है.
ट्रैप में, कि आपको वो एक ही आपको अलग अलग वो ट्रैप में फंसाता है, कि अगर आप इस सिचुएशन में हो तो कैसा करोगे, फिर सिचुएशन को घुमा के बताएगा इसमें क्या करोगे. सिचुएशन सब में एक ही है. ही इज ट्राइंग टू गेट अ राइट द रियल आंसर, कि कहीं तो आप फंसोगे, वहीं
But
आप वो
you
पकड़
are
लेता है.
not discussing to gauge that.
यस,
तूने क्वेश्चन तो पूछ ले, मान ले मैं स्मार्ट हूँ यार, मैं
एग्जैक्टली,
ये सब पढ़ के जाता हूँ.
राइट, राइट.
ठीक है, आई विल गिव यू एन एग्जांपल. विप्रो में जब मेरा फाइनल इंटरव्यू था एचआर डायरेक्टर के साथ, उसको अंदर जाते ही वो थोड़ा हंसमुख आदमी और वेरी ऑनेस्ट लगा. अब मैंने मेरे क्वेश्चन आंसर में स्ट्रेंथ्स एंड वीकनेसेस में ऑनेस्टी करके लिखा. तो उसने एक क्वेश्चन पूछा, बोला आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड, एक्सप्लेन. सर आई विल गिव यू अ वेरी ऑनेस्ट आंसर. एंड ये क्या है, मेरा उसका डिस्कशन हो गया, उसके बाद में पूछा फाइनल क्वेश्चन. बोला सर आई गेव यू ऑल ऑनेस्ट ओपिनियंस. नाउ हियर आल्सो आई एम गोइंग टू गिव यू एन ऑनेस्ट आंसर. On the basis of which, if I get selected, my honesty becomes my strength. But if I get rejected, the same honesty becomes weakness. वो इतना देर हंसा, right? He could, मतलब see, if I am able to gauge the other person,
yes,
So I can play around with any test that you ask.
Right.
Right? तो इसमें वो नहीं हो सकता.
नहीं, दैट्स व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू टेल यू. उस
हाँ,
टेस्ट का वीकनेस क्या है? वो टेस्ट आपको ये तो बताता है कि आपके बिहेवियरल ट्रेट्स क्या हैं, बट इट डज नॉट टेल्स यू दैट व्हाट यू शुड बी डूइंग इन ऑर्डर टू फिक्स
correct,
दोस, राइट? या
correct,
इन
correct,
विच पर्टिकुलर प्रोफाइल्स यू शुड बी फिटिंग इन,
correct.
वो नहीं बताता. तो आई थिंक वो दैट्स काइंड
That way
काइंड
it
ऑफ
will help.
आउटडोटेड मॉडल. यस,
This will
यस.
become a phenomenal help.
राइट.
So the key understanding here is to adopt a more objective view that mirrors the energy of others, thereby turning a conditioning influence into an impassive wisdom that strengthens rather than depletes. ये बहुत ही powerful statement है ये. That's an extremely powerful sentence. Okay. You need to learn to pace yourself, to outsource and delegate instead of getting caught up in the dust storm.
यस.
Right? When it comes to sexual energy, there is an innocence to your makeup. You drive and your drive and urges will not be as great as those of people with a defined sacral. And sex won't be such a relentless driving force within you, unless, of course, you tap into a partner with a sacral defined. Then you will mirror their energies and then can magnify matters. Ordinarily, the partner with a defined center will provide the energy for what takes place in the bedroom, and you will often guide that energy. Your impassive wisdom is to know. Your impassive wisdom is to know when to connect to the
करेक्ट.
energies of others and when to honor your nature and retreat. But yeah, good, useful this one.
Yeah. See, I think in most of the cases that we have been reading, it simply says that, wherever it is undefined, if you want to take the benefits or harness the energy of the defined centers, then be around those people who have got those defined centers,
Correct, correct.
right? So stay in the company, whether it's your partner, business partner, life partner, or office colleagues or the team manager, whatever it is, right? So I think with the undefined ones can seek that energy. I think that's the
Correct,
idea.
correct,
Yes.
correct. Right. The emotions. Next one is the emotions.
Emotions is a different, na? Acha, okay, lower right wala. Okay.
Lower right one.
Lower right chakra. Okay. Great.
ये डील करता है फीलिंग्स.
Yes.
डिजायर आता है आपका सेक्रल चक्र से.
Yes.
इमोशंस बनता है आपके सोलर प्लेक्सस. पावर जनरेटर होता है वहां पर. टू द राइट of the sacral is the emotion center, which stirs our feelings. It stirs our feelings. It is where life swings between happiness and sadness, pain and passion, guilt and forgiveness. मतलब ये हो गया तुम्हारा एक आरोपण. ठीक है. Of all the 9 centers, it is the most intense because of what it arouses. यहाँ पर मेरे को ये लिखना था एक्चुअली. याद करने के लिए ये काम आएगा।
Yeah.
Of all the 9 centers, it is the most intense because of what it arouses. It is unique because it is both one of the 3 awareness centers and one of the 3 motor centers. ये दोनों है। ठीक है, यहाँ पे एक और डायग्राम मेरे को लाने का इरादा है। You remember अपना what is his name? Bob Proctor,
Yeah.
right? उनका
Yes.
एक बढ़िया हाईली इंफॉर्मेटिव डायग्राम, जो अपने को उनका स्ट्रॉमैन डायग्राम है ना,
Mm-hmm.
राइट? तो व्हाट इज ही सेइंग? ये सब थॉट लेवल में ठीक है यहां तक, कहां तक?
Hmm.
यहां तक जो तू कर रहा है ये थॉट
Yeah.
लेवल में है,
Hmm.
ठीक है। लेकिन एक्शन जब आता है, मतलब ये वाले लेयर में,
Right.
ठीक है, दिस इज रेलेवेंट टू दिस सेंटर,
Okay.
राइट? ओके, तो
Yeah.
एक्शंस होना है, तो ये सेंटर एक्टिव नहीं है तो एक्शंस नहीं होंगे। वुड यू एग्री?
Let's read it first.
नहीं, मेरे को यहाँ पे पढ़ते, बिकॉज व्हाट ही सेज, it is both one of the 3 awareness centers and one of the 3 motor
Motor
centers. That means it
centers.
is the controlled feedback loop में भी है और
Hmm.
फॉरवर्ड डायरेक्शन में भी।
Yes. So this is basically your feelings and emotion center.
करेक्ट।
So because I think most of our decisions in life we take
हाँ,
because of our feelings and emotions. That what exactly we are
करेक्ट,
feeling about those emotions, right?
करेक्ट। नहीं, वी
Yes.
नीड टू लर्न टू बैलेंस,
Yes.
वी नीड टू लर्न टू
Right.
बैलेंस।
No, I think we all of our life decisions we do basis what we feel,
करेक्ट,
right? None of our actions they are without a feeling. I don't see it happening anyway.
करेक्ट।
So yes,
एंड दैट इज वेयर ही इज सेइंग बी कॉशियस।
right.
Okay, balance becomes the theme that is going to direct you.
Hmm.
Automatically, anatomically, right? Anatomically, this center greatly affects our pancreas, kidneys, stomach, lungs, and nervous system. ये तो बहुत ही पावरफुल सेंटेंस है यार। This is perhaps why countless people will associate heightened emotional problems with
Hmm.
a visit to the doctor's office. ठीक है? It is why, matlab, all psychosomatic diseases.
Diseases, right.
My psychosomatic, ये रूट बन जाता है साइकोसोमैटिक डिजीजेस.
Mm-hmm.
अच्छा प्रेजेंटेशन स्लाइड बन रहा है यार.
Right.
With notes.
Yeah.
It is why emotional situations can turn us off our food. Turn us off our food
Turn us off of a food.
or
Make
make
us
us
binge.
binge,
Yeah.
and why pain can lead to problems within the nervous system. It is also the center associated with addictions, be they to sex, alcohol, food, or alcoholic, or right?
Any kind of addictions, basically.
Any kind of addiction.
Addictions. Yes.
पर
I
ये
think even it's also talking about obesity and everything, because whenever you're in a
everything
guilt
is,
or
yeah,
emotional
correct.
turmoil or depression, you'll tend to binge. Right?
Although this is the most complex center, it is perhaps the easiest to understand because emotions are at the core of the human nature, right?
Yes.
But this center is about emotional awareness. It is about addressing which emotional experiences are good for you and which ones are not. Of course, it all depends on whether your emotions are defined or undefined. Okay?
Yeah.
We need to be aware of that.
Yes.
आगे चल के if your emotions are defined, you are a feeling person, and yet I guess you have a little idea about the true scope of your emotions. Chances are that you are the life and soul of the party 1 minute, down in the dumps the next.
Uppal mein tola masha, right?
Welcome to
yes.
your erratic emotional
way.
wave.
If it is a defined one, right?
Where I defined it, but I don't find myself that upset nowadays.
No, it might, it also comes up with experience, right?
Correct.
Because as in long your life will progress further, so you'll tend to be more in control, maybe.
You are in this life to fly high and sample the cloud nines, and then dive deep and find your nose in the mud. Emotionally, it is your nature to experience the full spectrum of feelings, which from time to time may feel like chaos to you and everyone around you. Interesting, बहुत ही interesting. We observe this. Emotions never sit for long. They are like the restless ocean, rolling, rising, falling waves, peaking and dipping. When you feel happy, you want to capture that moment. When you feel sad, you wonder when the blues will end. But there is never a state of permanence to emotion. Recognizing these emotional waves and allowing them to pass through you instead of owning you is all part of your evolution. Okay, learn to manage them. That is the key message.
So this is
Do you
basically
agree?
you are in a state of emotional turmoil, I think most of
हाँ
the
नहीं
times of your
ऊपर
life,
नीचे हो
right?
रहा है तो
ऊपर नीचे हो
become
रहा
an
है.
observer.
Yeah.
ठीक है? Okay. One lesson to heed is to not get attached to any particular feeling or expectation of how something might turn out. Emotional decisions made in the heat of the moment are your enemy. So it's all about allowing emotion to pass through you, disregarding them, and awaiting the calm like a storm-tossed ship emerging from tumultuous seas, spotting the steady beam of a lighthouse that guides you the way home, that guides the way home. But here's the main revelation about having this center defined. क्या है मेरे भाई? You are responsible not only for your own moods, but also for influencing the moods of people around. Your human design affects people within your aura and triggers their emotions. As a daft, as daft as it sounds, emotions are contagious. The moods you experience will be mirrored by the people around you. If you are feeling bummed out, watch others gradually join the despondency. You will, if you are exultant, watch exuberance rise. Your lifetime is all about learning to handle, appreciate, and embrace your feelings and how they affect others. If your emotions are undefined, किधर किधर वाट लगेगा भी पढ़ना पड़ेगा. You will probably consider yourself an emotional person when in fact you are actually riding the emotions transmitted by others. You laugh their laughs and cry their tears. So, what you must realize is that your emotions are triggered by emotional impact of others. Your natural state when alone is to be cool, calm, and collected. Both useful sentence है ये.
Right.
You get
Yeah.
what tends to happen when you step outside the personal space is that you get caught in other people's emotional waves. This is a conditioning influence because your design isn't made to cope with such intensity of feeling. ये बहुत यूजफुल सेंटेंस है ये. People with this center undefined have the greatest trouble in allowing themselves to feel emotion. If you are not comfortable with your own skin at certain moments, it means with your nature, it messes with your nature, inducing confusion, temper, or frustration.
So you're
तो इसका
basically kind of a
पॉजिटिव
open.
एप्लीकेशन क्या हो?
It's basically you
वो
are
एक
kind of a.
कटी पतंग है.
No, it's not a kati patang. You are basically. I just forgot what I was trying to say. Yeah. Uh, you are
You
basically a
are
open. You are basically a open person, and you ride the wave of you piggyback.
हाँ
And
वही तो हुआ ना, कटी पतंग का हालत वही है ना. ये हर जगह वो घूमता रहेगा, हवा जिधर से आया उधर चला गया। अगर वो हवा तेज नहीं है तो
हम्म
तू अपने रास्ते में रहेगा,
हम्म
राइट? दैट इज व्हाई आई यूज दैट फ्रेज जस्ट टू रिमेम्बर.
या
So, but you are potentially subject to emotions of those around you, whether healthy or toxic. So, must remain aware and
watchful.
watchful.
Yes.
Okay? To transform this conditioning influence into impassive wisdom, learn not to react to emotions that are that are not part
Not
of
part of you.
you. Instead, reflect back your clear perception of
Hmm.
what is going on, observed from the objective sidelines. Be a witness, not a player.
Observer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Put another way, if those with the defined center are flailing in the sea of emotions, you are someone on the
Hmm.
shoreline observing. This is where you have a choice. You can either dive in and magnify those emotions or stay out of sea and reflect back to those people what is your transpiring and how what is transpiring and
And how to be
how to
responsible
be
about it.
responsible about it.
Yes. This is nice.
This
Yeah.
is very useful.
Yeah.
क्या करना है कि छोड़ना है?
I think we can stop here. So we can, I
हाँ,
think then spleen and root are there left. We can do that tomorrow, right?
correct.
Yeah.
And then we go into the other part of the book,
Yeah.
right? वो revelation वाला.
Right. Yeah.
दो तीन मॉड्यूल्स में पढ़ेंगे तो अच्छा क्लैरिटी आ
We will
जाएगा.
get more clarity. I think more of that is required because
करेक्ट.
we are trying to gain more ideas and concepts around it. So let's clarify it, how it
ठीक.
goes. Yeah. Okay, sir.
चलो.
Thank you.